good morning from West Texas. I'm about 15 minutes from where I was going to stop and get fuel at. I'm going to go in there and get fuel and park, eat, all that good stuff. Probably hang out for a while. I think I'm only about 6.5 hours, about 6 hours or so from Waco, so that's what we're gonna do. We'll get there, do all that, and go from there. That's what we're looking at. We'll talk to y'all a little bit later. Hope you're having a good day. Well, good morning again. Over here in West Texas. Looks like I'm gonna be here a little while. Broker calls me. It's gotta be there tomorrow. They didn't tell me what time tomorrow until just now. 8 o'clock tomorrow night. 8 o'clock tomorrow night. It's Monday morning. I'm about 6.5 hours away. Which means if I could leave right now, I'm done with a 10-hour break. I could leave right now and be there just this afternoon, Monday afternoon. Which means I'd be sitting there for over 24 hours. They said they would try, which means they're not gonna worry about it. They would try to call them and see if they would take it early. Well, I already know what that means. I've been doing this long enough. I already know. They're not gonna worry about trying to call, and because it's not them, it's these people that work at these trucking companies and work in brokers' offices and stuff like that. It's out of sight, out of mind. As long as the load that they're on or whatever they're sending out or whatever, as long as it's getting there, that's all they care about. They'll sit there and try to appease you on the phone by saying, well, we'll see what we can do. Man, miss me with all that stuff, man. And then they want to turn around and call you, hey, where you at? Where you at? We're just trying to get an update on the load. Trying to get a reefer Tim. So I think needless to say, it's a little bit irritating. You know, I'll basically get another 34-hour reset in to do this load right here. 'Cause I got here sometime last night, 24 hours. I could leave tomorrow and still get there on time. So I'll call in. I was planning on leaving sometime tonight anyway, and getting over there. It's a little cloudy today, but like I said, I was planning on leaving sometime this evening, going on over there, getting over there tonight, you know, and do all that. Which I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call the broker back later on and see what they say. See if they've done anything about the load. You know, at least there's always a silver lining. You know, it could be worse. I could be in the Northeast somewhere where there is no truck stops, and it's just a lot worse. I hate it up there. At least it's out here in West Texas. You know? Yeah, that shower sure felt good. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I said I was gonna stop. I was gonna stop yesterday and get a shower in Eloy. Well, I did not. I just got fuel and I took off. I was no, I'm not a nasty person. I take showers. I take showers and stay clean as much as anybody. The truck stop I was at they didn't have shower credits, and I didn't feel like spending the money for it. And I was thinking I could get over to Phoenix and have time, but you know, it just didn't work out that way. It's all good. It ain't now. If I was doing but when I did flatbed, I took a shower every day. I mean, doing flatbed, you working. You out there lifting those tarps up, chaining, you climbing up down on the trailer. Back then, I was jumping on off the trailer like an idiot, tearing my knees up. But you out there, even in the wintertime, you're breaking a sweat. Summertime, man, I mean, you just drench. You go into some of these steel mills, and it's 100. I know down in South Carolina, I about passed out one day down there. It was literally like 100. So down in the southeast, we got this thing called the heat index, and you got the regular air temperature, the regular air temperature was like 102 or something like that. It was hot. Then you got the humidity. It was like 90-something% humidity that day. So you throw the heat and the humidity in, made it feel like it. I'm used to calling it the heat index. These new people, they call it the feels like temperature. I mean, but the heat index was probably 115. It was ridiculously hot. Then you're inside the steel building where they're making the steel. Well, that's a pretty truck right there. Hold on a second. Well, look at that truck. Look at that truck right there. That's a good looking truck right there. Big red Peterbilt. Look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. I need to be driving that thing. But yeah. And then you in these steel mills, and they make you put on a hard hat. You gotta wear safety glasses. You gotta have like, I always wear 2 shirts. Even in the summertime, I wear 2 shirts. I learned a long time ago wearing 2 shirts actually keeps you cooler, believe it or not. the bottom shirt will soak up your sweat. The top shirt don't get as wet, but then you get a little bit of a breeze in that bottom shirt with all that sweat on it, it'll actually cool you down a little bit. So, but I used to take showers all the time when I was flatbed. I'd go do a load, and I'd find me first thing I did, I'd find me somewhere to go get a shower at, go get cleaned up. So I had the tarps got soot all over them, and my face would be all. I mean, I was nasty. So I was all the time. But doing this right here, you don't get near as dirty. So, but I didn't want to lie to y'all. I waited till I got here and got a shower. Man, it felt good too. I sat here and marinated on that joker for a little while. So, but it felt good though. Good water pressure, good temperature, man, just right. Well, I guess I'll figure out what's going on here. Call later on and see what the deal is. And hazmat hauler right there. But we'll talk to y'all later. Hope y'all having a good day. Where you at? I was heartbroken last night for Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. That center for the Eagles too, I like him too. He's Jason Kelsey. We're actually both of them, the Kelsey brothers, the center for the Eagles and the tight end for the Chiefs. That tight end. He said something last night after when the game was over. I hadn't heard in a while. Talking about put some respect on our name. I hadn't heard that phrase in a little while. But yeah, they both seem like they're pretty cool guys. Especially Jason. He seems the center for the Eagles. He seemed like a pretty like somebody you sit down and just chill with, you know. But Jalen Hurts he played a good game. He made that one fumble. I think that was probably the difference in the game, was that one play. But he owned it, you know. He ain't gonna back down from it. He owned it. But he played a heck of a game. If the defense had played like he was playing, they would have won that game last night. But that's just the way it goes. I think God just uses him as shows, you know, he's gonna win. He's gonna win eventually. I think God just uses him to show the true character of a man, how you really should be. You know, and I really look up to him a lot. He ain't 24 years old, and I look up to him. I mean, he's really a good guy. I really look up to him a lot. So I'm gonna go. I got plenty of time. I'm gonna go read my Bible. I've been reading through Psalms. I've been enjoying that. First time I've really ever read through Psalms. I'm not a big reader, but I really try to spend time. I really try to spend time with my Lord Jesus every day. He's good to me. He keeps his hand on me. And I don't do as good a job as I should, but I'm spend some time with him and read and say my prayers and go from there. He's the only reason I'm here. He was with me last year during this time and with me when I was up there in that hospital. So, you know, he's the only reason I'm even alive right now. So, I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. I wanted to say this too. If y'all hadn't listened to the national anthem from the Super Bowl yesterday with Chris Stapleton, you need to check it out. I'm not a big country music guy, and I'm especially not the new country. I've listened. I live in Georgia, and if you don't know, Waffle House is based in Georgia. Not far from where I live. Well, it's about 2 hours north of where I live. But you go into any Waffle House, I don't care. And I was shocked yesterday. I came through Tucson yesterday. There was 2 Waffle Houses in Tucson, Arizona. I was blown away. There's one in Phoenix I know of. That's just hilarious to me. But you go to any Waffle House, especially down there where I live, and man, they got these jukeboxes. You can download an app, and you can actually play. You can put money on the thing. I mean, the whole thing, and you can pick and choose which location and play songs. They got all these little silly Waffle House songs and stuff, but you can play. But these girls that work there, they'll sit there while they're on their phone, while they're about to jibber jabbering about all their personal life. If you've ever gone to a Waffle House, especially down in the southeast, it's an experience. It's an experience. I mean, them girls about there, or the servers. Let's say that the servers are, for the most part, not all of them, but for the most part, man, they're telling you about all their life. And they're saying it right there in front of everybody, where everybody can hear it, you know. So they sit there, and you know what's going on with them and Aunt Judy and Uncle Bob and their daughters and Aunt Susie, everything else, Just a community type of place to go and eat. But they play this. I go, wow, so. But they play this Chris Stapleton, this Tennessee whiskey, like all the time. You go to any Waffle House. I don't care if it's in the. Oh wow, he's got a blown tire. You go to any Waffle House, I don't care if it's in a bad neighborhood in the middle of Atlanta, or it could be somewhere in South Georgia with a bunch of rednecks. I mean, they're gonna play Chris Stapleton. I don't care what. You know what I'm saying? But I was kind of turned off about him. He's good. I will admit, he's a good singer. He's got a real good voice. Apparently he wrote a bunch of songs. That's how he came to rise. He wrote a bunch of songs, and all these other people were singing them. So finally, he started singing them himself. He's got a great voice. He's a good singer. I'm not taking anything away from him. It's just not my cup of tea as far as music. But last night when he sang that national anthem, man, I mean, just no music, no special effects. He just got there. He had on a pair of sunglasses. He got there with one guitar. He was playing it. He just sang. Man, it was beautiful. I loved it. Probably one of the best versions of the national anthem I've ever heard. So if you hadn't listened to it, check it out. It's well worth it. And I think the dude named Babyface, he sang "God Bless America" or "America the Beautiful," some song right before that. He did a good job. So just check him out. Check him out on YouTube. You just search Chris Stapleton national anthem. So it'll probably populate the Super Bowl. Then put Babyface Super Bowl. It'll come up. It's worth hearing. I'll talk to y'all later. Well, still sitting here. Still haven't heard from the broker. I'm gonna call them. It's like after 12 now. I'm gonna call the broker sometime later this afternoon and see. I already know it's gonna be tomorrow night. I already know that. So I guess I'll just close this out. I took a bunch of pictures yesterday. I like going out to the west, Arizona. Even when I went to Washington State last year, they said something about we supposed to be maybe starting to go back to Washington State. I don't know what happened. Man. Last year, before I went out of work, I went to Washington State like 3 times in like just a few weeks. I missed like 6 weeks. I don't know, it wasn't quite that long. I was out about a month. When I was up there with my sister, and then I was back out probably about, let's see, February, March. I was out about 6 weeks when I found out about my health. So I went to Washington State several times last year, just in the early part of the year. And I mean, I was kind of going like this Arizona. I was just kind of going up there, and I'd do like a little run, and I'd go back up, you know. Man, I'm tired from doing nothing, man. But yeah, I'll probably close this out. I'm probably sitting here until tomorrow, looks like. And I'll just show y'all from here to Waco. I was gonna show y'all from here to Waco tonight, but there ain't no point doing that when I'm gonna be sitting there all day tomorrow. So, but yeah.